the United States of America, where I am from, everyone takes off the day that Madden comes out.
Right.
In Canada, everyone takes off the day when NHL comes out. This year is NHL 14.
We're in Glendale, Arizona, right in the middle of the desert for this one, between the Phoenix Coyotes and the Vancouver Canucks.
It is becoming increasingly more difficult to kind of see these marginal differences and marginal
It's like
improvements.
repainting the Mona Lisa, right?
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, this is the end of the
last gen.
The A team working on the current gen systems, the Xbox 360 and the PlayStation 3. There is no Xbox One or PlayStation 4 version of the game, so all of the weight was thrown into the game, and it's shown, it's apparent.
He shoots, he scores!
I always look at the crowds. This is probably my favorite crowd. It looks totally organic.
They pushed it as far as they possibly can.
I try to see if I can spot the same person again and again, and it's harder this year than it ever has been before.
And that's kind of the problem. Those are the kinds of meaningless details that you start to look for when you've seen this game over and over again.
You gotta find ways to measure this and talk about it, and it's hard to articulate exactly what makes this great. Now, if you go back to, you know, a version like the 2007 version, this is an incredibly robust package. I mean, they keep adding more and more and more. This is an incredible value, even at $60.
Yeah, all of the different leagues that you've been able to play before. You've got this new sort of hockey PG mode called Live the Life, which lets you kind of get into the skates of your player, and you've got to answer press conference questions.
It kind of reminded me of Mass Effect in that sense, because there's always the one answer where you're a dick, and then there's the one answer where you're totally diplomatic.
I said the wrong thing.
And then there's two that are kind of in between. But I like when you first load this game up, it walks you through what's new in this year's version. It also gives you a couple of different options as to who you are as an NHL fan and as an NHL player. Have you played the previous versions? How do you want to play the game? The game of hockey that I ended up playing here is probably my favorite of all the NHLs, because it did feel like there was a larger-than-life quality to the version. Again, and depending on what you pick, if you take more of a sim-like path, you're not going to have that kind of experience that I had.
Also kind of like Mass Effect, which is kind of crazy.
I like how big all the characters feel. I like how elegant they feel on the ice. I mean, these guys control like ballerinas. They stop on dimes. They kick up, they spray the ice all over. They're deking all over the place.
Score!
But I think the reason why we're paying so much attention to the big hits and the kind of faster play is that there's an NHL 94 mode built into the game, which uses the old control scheme, and it has the old ice pattern.
There's the drop of the puck, and we're underway in tonight's battle.
And you know what? Now that this has become this little sort of 20th year anniversary celebration,
How do they top this?
Well, they have to do it now in every game now.
Well, they can't put NHL 94 in every game.
They have to do it. I mean, it's the law now. It has to be a part of it because it's it's a full-fledged thing. It's like this street ball game that you get in the NBA 2K franchise. You know, that's an overabundant assortment of ways to play.
Scores!
Well, they borrowed from two other franchises in the EA family. They borrowed from FIFA. They took their player impact engine. They're using that here. Well, a different sort of a version of the player impact engine.
And hits are better.
Yeah, the way you control your character on ice feels a little bit more in line with the way FIFA controls. Right. But also, it's got the sort of Fight Night engine. And I was knocking people out because I'm a Fight Night pro.
There's also an incredible abundance of online play. You can basically take a lot of your offline game into your online thing, and the character that you create can sort of live everywhere. And I mean, it is a hockey RPG, this thing, as well as a pick-up-and-play kind of escape and a remembrance of hockey in years past. This is an incredible package.
It's like a festival of hockey, Gary. It's not one event. It's incredible how this franchise has grown to where it is today.
It's a 9, man. It's 9 out of 10
for me, too. There you go.